According to Newton's third law of motion, every action has an equal and opposite reaction. But what about spirituality? What does spirituality have to say about this law? We shall throw light on this in our session today. Wellness morning to all. Building spiritual muscles of human empowerment cell of Jeevan Charge welcomes you all to day 5 of our 15-day ongoing series on laws of universe level 1. Our spiritual healer and life coach, Vindri Kaurji, is already in action to reveal the third law of universe to us today.
Good morning to everyone. Good evening to the overseas. Sat Shri Akal, Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. I can see smiling faces. Learning to get up in the morning. Very good. There are many who are already getting up in the morning. I know some of them. But anyway, we are drilling into a habit. Relax, not to be easy for you to understand. Because the first 2 laws, the pehle 2 laws, was not easy to digest also. And it was a little difficult for me to explain also. It had to take all my energy to explain. But now relax. It is going to be easy for you to understand now and very fast. So you will have more time for your questions. Now comes the third law, the law of action and reaction. I already told you before that they are all interlinked. You have heard these words many times. बहुत बारी सुना हुआ है. But we are now just drilling and we're going a little deeper into it. Just a little deeper into it. That action is what? Doing something. The law of action and reaction. ये बहुत बड़ी सुना है, the cause and the effect. What you gave, you get back. The action and the reaction. So these are the words which is very easily understood. But now we come to say that when two bodies interact, apply force to one another, this law is known as the law of action and reaction. That means two bodies are applying force. अगर हम एक बॉल उठा के फेंकते हैं दीवार पे, you will see the ball will jump back. It will jump back. There are two forces, equal forces that are working together. So every action has a reaction. But it depends. The reaction depends on the force of the action. How forcefully you have done the action, the reaction works that way. What is the quality of the action? That will be the quality of the reaction. Remember one thing, the force, how forcefully you have sent it, that forcefully you'll get the reaction. What quality of the action is, that will be the quality of the reaction also. So that means, very simply said, that every action force, there is an equal and opposite reaction. Now, what is the law of action and spirituality? This is what we do in science, action and reaction and all about the ball and the law of attraction. But what does it say in spirituality? Now, the law of action requires that you do something to manifest what you want. अगर हम कुछ भी जिंदगी में चाहते हैं, we want something, we want to manifest something, then we have to act. हमको कुछ ना कुछ तो करना ही पड़ेगा. Action तो करना ही पड़ेगा. Every manifestation requires action. So you can imagine how important action is. कुछ भी हमको जिंदगी में चाहिए, हमको action करना ही पड़ेगा. It states you cannot manifest anything you want without taking action. Or better stated, without putting your thoughts to action. एक और भी चीज बता दी, खुलासा. Action is what? मैं effort कर रही हूँ. I'm studying is an action. I'm doing an action. Why? Because I want to manifest good result. So I'm doing an action. But manifestation requires taking steps or action towards success. That means the second line says, without putting your thoughts to action. Without putting your thoughts to action, manifestation requires taking steps or action towards success. Now, this is very, very important. What we have already done and discussed about our thoughts. So you see the 4 days that we have been classes doing on the thoughts. Thoughts, why? Thoughts are energy. That means we have to take an action to manifest something what we want. I do my studies and action to manifest good result. But they say that you have to put your thoughts also into action. Very, very important. Why did they say that the thoughts have to be put into action? Because the physical action, from where does the force come? It comes from your thoughts, from the actual source. The action comes from your source. Which action? The physical action. The physical action जो हम कर रहे हैं comes from the source. And what is the source? The source is the thoughts. So that means thoughts are very, very important. Very, very important. आज हम जिंदगी में जो भी कर रहे हैं, which we can see, जो हमको नजर आ रहा है, all that, the source is from the thoughts. That means that thoughts are playing a very big role in our action. ये तो पल्ले बन लो. आज जिंदगी में कुछ भी आप कर रहे हो, ये दिमाग में टिका लो. You must just tune yourself that जो भी मैं कर रही हूँ, इसका source मेरा thoughts है. So if you want to make a good action, you have to go back to your thoughts. So spirituality stands on your thoughts. 4 days we have been just harping and harping. A man is a bundle of thoughts. And what is going to be the quality of your thoughts are going to be the quality of your actions. We say now your thoughts, they build up your your way of thinking, your sensations, and then they slowly, what happens, they go into your action, and then this becomes into a habit, and then it becomes into a personality. It goes step by step. But the source is your thoughts. In spirituality, they say thoughts is the only region, it is the only area which you can change. Thoughts is the only area where you have the power to change. Because it is the thoughts that create hell and heaven for you. It is only the thoughts that create hell and heaven for you. It is the thoughts that can create happiness in you, peace in you. It is the thoughts that create good relationships in life. It is the thoughts that can create heaven inside you and create heaven outside you. It's the thoughts that can bring in evolution inside you. So that means the 4 days which we have been doing and harping on the thoughts, that energy is very, very important. So whatever action you are taking in life, the physical action comes from your source, and that is the thoughts. That means you can manifest whatever you want. You can manifest whatever you want. Because if your thoughts are negative, your actions are going to be negative, and you will manifest negative. You're going to attract negative. But if your thoughts are positive, your actions will be positive, and you are going to manifest and attract positivity. Spirituality. This is spirituality. हम सब चाहते हैं कि हम खुश रहें, हम सब चाहते हैं कि हमारे में खेड़ा हो, हम सब चाहते हैं कि हम सचियार हो. We all want all this. We all want love. We all want to be loved. We all want that everyone should want us and be happy with us. We all want this. But if we want this, this concept has to be understood. The power of your thoughts. That's very important, because the power of your thoughts are going to create your physical action. And this physical action will go into the universe and is going to attract, is going to manifest. So we have to understand this, that the law of attraction, the law of action plays a very, very important part in spirituality. Now, what are the 5 spiritual powers? Now, these powers are going to work behind our actions. These are the faculties. They are the controlling of our actions. Now, if these faculties, and we have incult in dance, ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਇਹ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਇਨਕਲਟ ਕਰ ਲਿੱਤਾ, ਅਬਾਈਡ ਕਰ ਲਿੱਤਾ, ਇਸ ਫੈਕਲਟੀ ਨੂੰ ਸਟਰੋਂਗ ਕਰ ਲਿੱਤਾ, then you will say that you can balance and control the mind and generate the power which will lead to liberation. Now, what are those 5 spiritual powers behind every action? First is faith. First is faith. Do we have faith in ourselves? कि सानू अपने ऊपर भरोसा है कि ਅਸੀਂ ਕੁਝ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ. ਪਹਿਲੇ ਤੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਭਰੋਸਾ ਕਿ yes, I can do and I have that power. I have first thing. This, if you have faith, then your actions will be done very beautifully and with lot of power and lot of positivity. अगर faith ही नहीं है, तो one of the wicked has fallen down. One of the wicked has gone down. So first is faith. Next is effort. ये नहीं कि faith है कि आराम नाल बैठ जाइए कि उन miracle हो जाएगा, काम हो जाएगा. No, you have to make an effort. Make effort. Do not wait for the result. Effort तो आपको करना ही पड़ेगा. Every work you have to make an effort. So first is faith. Next is effort. Then comes mindfulness, awareness. Be aware. be awakened, understand what's right and wrong, be mindfulness. Because which action you are going to take, you have to be aware कि मैंने अब ये करना है और ये करने में क्या right है, क्या wrong है, and I'm aware of everything. Next is concentration, focus. क्या हमारा concentration रहता है? No. हम कोई भी काम करते हैं तो हमारा मन कहीं ना कहीं और चला जाता है. It goes somewhere else. Concentration तो है ही नहीं. It is just wavering. Just. So when we are going to do a work, first inculcate that faith in yourself. Next, that I am going to do it with full 100% effort. Third, aware of what's right and wrong. Fourth, concentration. I am going to be totally focused. जो काम करना है उसमें पूरा 100% focus देना. अब खा रहे हो तो बैठे हो, खा रहे हो तो पूरा focus करो कि अब क्या खा रहे हो और कितना खा रहे हो, क्या उस चीज को अब chew कर रहे हो. 100%. But are we doing? No, we do not do. What are we doing? कि ਅਸੀਂ ਖਾਣਾ ਖਾ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ, ਨਾਲ ਗੱਪਾਂ ਮਾਰ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਔਰ ਦਿਮਾਗ ਕਿਤੇ ਹੋ ਜਾ ਰਿਹਾ, ਨਾਲ ਅਸੀਂ ਲੋਕ ਡਿਸਕਸ਼ਨਸ ਚੱਲ ਰਹੀਆਂ, and then you see that we don't even know ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਇੱਕ ਫੁਲਕਾ ਖਾਦਾ, ਇੱਕ ਰੋਟੀ ਖਾਦੀ ਤਾਂ ਉਹਦੇ ਤਿੰਨ ਖਾ ਗਏ. You see now when the children and all, when the focus is on the TV, so what do we do? When the focus is on the TV, ਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਬੱਚੇ ਨੂੰ ਦਿਖਾਉਂਦੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਤੇ ਇੱਕ ਰੋਟੀ ਖਾਦੀ, ਹਾਏ ਮੇਰੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਨੇ ਤੇ ਤਿੰਨ ਰੋਟੀ ਖਾ ਲਿੱਤੀ. क्योंकि बच्चे द फोकस इज नॉट ऑन द फूड, द बच्चे द फोकस इज ऑन द लैपटॉप. वो देख रहे उठे, अगर उसका फोकस प्लेट में चला जाएगा तो बोले मैंने एक रोटी खा ली, बस हो गया हो गया हो गया, बट हिज फोकस इज ऑन द टीवी. So what happens? His focus is not on the food. वो एक रोटी की जगह तीन रोटी खा जाएगा तो मामा बढ़िया खुश किया जी बच्चा साडा तो तीन फुलके खा गया. We do not know where we are damaging the child because the child focus on the TV. So when we are doing an action, we have to see that our concentration and our focus is there. Whichever work you are doing, you must have your focus on it. Even when you're cooking a food and when you are putting all your ingredients into it, focus, taste is good. But do we do it when we are making the food and we are thinking we have to go here, we have to go there, usne man hinch kiya si, hon kiya si, all that energy goes into your food. So what type of food are we having? With what type of energy? All the negative energy. So whichever work you are doing, whichever action you are doing, you have to focus on it. Be very mindful about it and have full effort and have faith. And the fifth, they say it is wisdom. It is wisdom. You must have the knowledge. For example, now I'll give you. In spirituality, we have these 5 very spiritual powers. मैंने कोई एक्शन करना है, कोई मेरे सामने आके किसी ने कुछ काम कर दिया, किसी ने कोई गाली गलोच कर दी. Now, how I am going to act? My action is going to be what? These 5 things have to be very, very careful. Usually we don't have. किसी ने सानू 2 गालां कढ़ियां, ਅਸੀਂ ਤੇ 4 ਕੱਢ ਦਿੱਤੀਆਂ. किसी ने ਉੱਚੀ आवाज ਨਾਲ ਕੀਤੀ, ਸਾਡੀ ਪਿਚ ਹੋਰ ਉੱਚੀ ਚਲੀ ਜਾਏਗੀ. That is usually what we are doing because we are not even mindful. We don't even have a faith. We don't have the knowledge. We don't have anything. So we are just doing this usually in our life. But spirituality says, use these 5 spiritual powers when you're going to take an action. What? First, have faith. Have faith on yourself. सानू अपने ऊपर भरोसा ही नहीं है का that I can do. I have the power. I am the creator. I can create a beautiful action now. With what? By having full effort. I will give my 100%. How? उस बच्चे ने जो भी काम किया है, मनु भरोसा है अपने ऊपर. भरोसा है तो मेरा एफर्ट किए कि मैं चुप. My effort is what? चुप. Why चुप? This is also an action. चुप इस करके कि अगर बगैर thinking I will say something, मामला खराब हो जाएगा. So that is a very big effort that मैं उस टाइम चुप हूं. मनु भरोसा है कि I know what's right, wrong. वो बंदा जो कर रहा है तो गलत है, बट वो बेचारा बहुत wounded है. So, you see the effort that I'm making. I'm mindfulness. I know what's right, what's there. I'm very well focused. Focused on what? I'm not focusing and not concentrating on that person. I'm concentrating on my inner side. कि मेरे अंदर ही गुस्सा आ रहा है, उस बंदे ने इतना कुछ किया हैगा वे, but I have to concentrate on myself कि मैंने गुस्सा नहीं आना चाहिए था, because I have to be mindful. Mindful mean I know that what he's saying is wrong, but he's speaking from a very wounded area. And whatever is coming like a trigger to me, it is a fruit of my own karma. So I'm making a big effort to keep my mouth shut, and I'm working because I have faith on myself. On my full focus, and I'm using the wisdom. The fifth thing, I'm using the wisdom that I should not say now anything because mamla kharab ho jayega, and I will start healing myself. Now I have the wisdom. I start healing myself. When I'm healing myself, the hurt is not there. I am stable. Now I'm not wounded. And now I will take my action. How will I take another action of a physical action? I will not say anything today, but I will say in the evening when that person is also cool. Then I take an action. I go to that person. I use all my wisdom. I use my mindfulness. I use that effort. I use that faith in myself. And I concentrate on that person, give my body language, touch to that person. And then what do I say? That I think whatever happened, you must be very upset about it and all. What is it? Tell me what's the problem and all. 101% you will get a very beautiful manifestation in spirituality. So remember these 5 spiritual powers: faith, effort, mindfulness, concentration, and wisdom. It is very, very important, this part. Now, next comes, what is the law of action karma? Whenever we say action and reaction, we say, oh, it's connected to karma. Because karma is usually cause and effect, action and reaction. What you sow, what you say, this is all karma. Whatever energy thought you put out, you get back. Is it good or bad? Now, what you want, because there are 2 things, what you want and what you need. What you want, we always want. We always want. But they say what you want, you have to embody and be worthy of it. Are you worthy it? You have to make yourself worthy of it. We attract what we are, not what we want. Now, what does this mean? What does this mean? The law of action karma. This says, for example, I want education. I want a very good post. I want a very good post. I want. But am I worthy it? Am I worthy it? Wanting to both kuch ho janta hai. I speak out. I say I want this, and I am working also. I am working also, but I'm not working to that 100%. I'm not working to that 100% where I can get the job. There is fear inside me. There is a doubt inside me. I don't have faith. I'm still confused. I am working. I want to go to that level, but मेरे अंदर हाली भी डर है, मेरे अंदर हाली insecurity है, मेरे अंदर हाली भी failure दा भी डर है क्या वे? I don't trust myself. I will be able to reach there. मैं कह रही हूँ मन चाहिए. So I will not get what I want. I will get what I am, what I are. मैं की हाँ, मैं डरपोक हाँ. What am I? मैं डरपोक हाँ. My low esteem is there. मेरे अंदर वो सब negativity है. That negativity is going to attract, not what I want. लोग तो बहुत कुछ चाहते हैं, ये भी चाहिए, वो भी चाहिए. No, you will not get what you want. You will get only that what you are. What are we? We are what we think. What are we? We are the bundle of thoughts. Thoughts which किए, पता नहीं मैं कर सकूंगा कि नहीं कर सकूंगा. मेरे अंदर doubts भी है. मेरे अंदर हाली इतना भरोसा भी नहीं है. मनो अपने ऊपर इतना हाली विश्वास भी नहीं है. हाली मैं effort लगा रही हूँ, मैं सब कुछ कर रही हूँ. But then there are 2 things working. One is my working outside physically. but मेरे अंदर the जेरे thoughts are very low and very depleted. Now what will I attract? I will attract those bundle of thoughts, not what I am doing. That is why they say your thoughts and your actions should be in line. If I'm giving 100%, then I must have my thoughts in line with it, that I must have full faith. I must have full belief in myself. I must have my full focus and concentration in myself. I must have the full wisdom, the full knowledge, my full education in myself. When they're in line, I will manifest it. Otherwise, I will manifest what I am, not what I want. And what I am is what are my thoughts. So this is a very, very important part. We have to understand that we have to be in tune with our thoughts. Now what it says is, what is universal law in simple terms of action? What is the universal law? An action that must take place every time a certain situation arises. ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੇਖੋਗੇ ਲਾਈਫ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਤਨੇ ਸਿਚੁਏਸ਼ਨਸ ਆਉਂਦੀਆਂ, every nick and corner there is a situation. Whenever a situation comes, an action will take place. A situation, a trigger, a stimulus, whatever you can say, a situation, or you can say a stimulus, or you can say a trigger. Now triggers are going to come in life. They're all coming. Daily it is coming from morning to night. And whenever they are coming, an action takes place. For example, एक रास्ते में बच्चा जा रहा है, एक सिचुएशन आंदा कि बच्चा on the road side ਤੇ ਖੜਾ ਹੈ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜਾ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ, ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਅੱਖਾਂ ਦੇਖਦੇ ਕਿ ਬੱਚਾ ਖੜਾ ਹੈ, ਔਰ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਦੇਖੇ ਕਿ ਗੱਡੀ ਆ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ. Situation has come. It's a stimulus. It is a trigger. It is a situation. Immediately you run, you pick up the child and put him on the footpath. कि कोई गड्डी ना मार जाए. A very simple, normal thing. Same way in life. All triggers when come in life, the actions are in motion. Actions start. So that means you will see actions everywhere. हर जगह पे you will see action. कोई good है, कोई bad है. Now, universal law says that there are certain the laws now which cannot be broken. Now, this is a very common thing which we use. It is a universal law that you do not tell lies. Even if lying may save your life, even if lying may save your life. ਅਸੀਂ ਬੜੀ ਵਾਰ ਝੂਠ ਬੋਲ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਇਹ ਕਹਿ ਕੇ ਕਿ ਕੋਈ ਗੱਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਯਾਰ, ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਹਾਰਮ ਥੋੜੀ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ, ਕਿਸੇ ਦੀ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਦਾ ਸਵਾਲ ਹੈਗਾ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਝੂਠ ਬੋਲ ਦਿੱਤਾ. But this is a violation of the universal truth. Law will not take it. ਇਸ ਕਾਰਨ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਝੂਠ ਨੂੰ ਕੰਡਮ ਕਰ ਦੇਗੀ. Even white lies are not allowed according to the universal law. ਇਹ ਅਸੀਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਵਾਰੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਜੀ ਇਹ ਝੂਠ ਬੋਲਿਆ ਤੇ ਕਿਉਂ ਹੋਇਆ, ਥੋੜਾ ਝੂਠ ਬੋਲਿਆ ਤੇ ਕਿਸੇ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਦਾ ਸਵਾਲ ਹੈ, ਕਰੋ. I usually give this example in many of my classes. For example, when you are in a job and your person tells you, your boss tells you, you have to manipulate so that I can get a profit in something. The employee A says, this is not my value system. I will not manipulate. I'm a very truthful person and a very honest person. Now, if he tells that I will not manipulate or tell lies, maybe the boss will throw him out because the company goes down. And if he tells lies and manipulates, the company goes up, but his values goes to zero. Now it is choice. ਹੁਣ ਉਹ ਬੋਲੇ ਕਿ ਬਈ ਮੈਂ ਥੋੜਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਝੂਠ ਬੋਲ ਹੀ ਲਵਾਂ, I can save my job. ਅੱਜਕੱਲ ਤੇ ਆਮ ਹੀ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ, I can save my job. ਥੋੜਾ ਝੂਠ ਬੋਲੇ ਤੇ ਕਿਸੇ ਦੀ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਦਾ ਸਵਾਲ ਹੈਗਾ, ਬੋਲੋ. No. So that person, that A has been guided, that you have a choice, that is your priority. That if you want to follow the law of the universe, and this is your value, be ready for the repercussion. What is the repercussion? That you may be thrown out of the job. Maybe you'll be jobless for a month or so. You will be. But you save your value. Your own personality you save. If that is your priority. But if you choose this, your value, and not do dishonesty to yourself and manipulate or tell lies according to the boss, remember one thing, you are and what you want is two different things. Now, what you are a very honest person. Your thoughts, you're a bundle of thoughts. And those thoughts are beautiful because it is a value. A Rabbi gun hai. Rabbi gun hai. Now, your action was what? You did not do it. Why? Because the force from the back was very beautiful. And you were thrown out of the job. Now, when you were thrown, you were prepared. You knew it. तुसी बड़ी आराम नाल बड़ी सोच समझ के अपने पूरी फैकल्टी यूज करके दोस पावर्स तुसी अपना एक्शन चुक्या कि मैं नहीं झूठ बोलांगा, मैनिपुलेशन नहीं करांगा, because you had those 5 spiritual powers behind it, the thoughts, and you did that action. You were thrown out. You lost the job. But trust yourself, trust that universe. What will it attract? What you are. You are going to attract a much, much better job from where you have been thrown, much better than that job. But do we have this trust? No, we don't have the trust. ਅਸੀਂ ਇसी झूठ में बैठे रहते हैं, यार let's save ourselves, यार जॉब थोड़ा तो झूठ बोले थे, थोड़ा दे तो बोलिए, थोड़ा सा तो बोला है. It's just a white lie to save my life. Why? Because we don't trust ourselves. We don't have faith on ourselves. So that 5 faculties behind the force of an action is very, very important. This is a universal law. Laws cannot be broken. Laws will work. 24 hours it is working and you are not even aware of it. Ag the law hai, oh sadega, usta law hai, oh garmesh bhi dega aur sadega. बच्चे ਨੂੰ नहीं पता, बच्चा कोल जाएगा, माँ पे उसको पकड़ के दूर करनगे. She goes to the kitchen, बच्चा हाथ पा देगा, तो कहेगा बच्चे ਨੂੰ तो पता ही नहीं, इससे was unaware of it. अगर कहेगा unaware of जो मर्जी हो, मेरा लॉ है, तनु साड़ना ही साड़ना है. I will burn you, even if you are ignorant, even अगर तू are just a child, but I will do, my laws will work. So you have to understand that the laws in which your inner is beautiful, your thoughts of the universe, you have the Rabbi Gun, a beautiful, that is what you are. You are not what you are behaving. Many people are doing hypocrisy also. So this law is very, very important, that laws will not take you for granted. They are going to work. Now, what comes the next is the strategies for taking action. Now, when you are going to take an action, so what happens, just like how you make a mind map बनाते हो ना, कोई काम करने वैसे mind map बनाते हो. So in this, I will take a mind map in which you will see in this is your action which you have to take. And this is the strategy you're making. Okay, the strategy you're making. So just like a mind map, same thing, your mindfulness. These are all the faculties. You have to have the wisdom. कोई भी एक्शन लैंड तो पहले तुहानू ये स्ट्रैटेजी बनानी पड़ेगी, concentration. It is all the same thing what I was talking to you in between. These are all the faculties which you have to take. Until you do not take this, do not take an action. It is my humble request. Start taking pauses. ਅਸੀਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨਾ ਬੜੀ ਵਾਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਲੋਕ ਕਹਿ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਕਿ ਭਾਈ ਤੁਸੀਂ pauses ਲਵੋ in life, take pauses. ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੀ ਨੇ ਰਹਾਓ, ਰੁਕੋ। ਕਿਉਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੀ ਰੁਕੋ? ਸੋਚੋ, ਰਹਾਓ, ਰੁਕ ਜਾਓ, so that you can have all these strategies, all these 5 spiritual powers before you take an action. But our actions are what? Ek de do, do de cha, cha de che. We do not even know what we are doing. So now it's my humble request to all of you that please take a pause. Please take a pause. Make these type of strategies. Try to fit yourself inside with those 5 spiritual faculties. They can be used as your strategies. They can be used. कोई भी action लेना ए 5 चीज़ां लेनियां. Our mental state has to be beautiful. Our energies have to be beautiful. We must have the wisdom. We have to have the concentration. We must be very focused. We must have faith in ourselves. And then with this strategy, take any action. Any action you take, use these strategies or the 5 spiritual faculties. Then your actions will be done very beautifully and it will be in line. It is going to be in line with what? Your action and your thoughts are all going to be in line. So we say that please, if you are noting it down, just note all these 5 spiritual strategies are very, very important for us. Now, it says, according to the universal Hindu law. Now, Hindu law doesn't mean ki Hindu, Sanatan. Hindu is something which we say in the Hinduism, the Hindustan, whatever you can say. Karma is a universal Hindu law of cause and effect. ये सब नु पता है कि actually सारे लोगों के laws हैं used as cause and effect, action and reaction, law what you sow, so shall you reap. This law is what actually telling. It holds a person responsible for his action and effects according to his good or bad action. When we say the law of action in Hindu is karma. ਜਦੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ word karma ਦੇਖਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ oh what you sow so shall you. ਜੋ ਕਰੋਗੇ ਸੋ ਭਰੋਗੇ. That means it is teaching us that you have to take responsible for every action and effect according to what happened. ਜਿਹੜੇ action ਲੈ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਉਸਦੇ ਵੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ responsible ਹੋ ਔਰ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਉਸਦਾ effect ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ what you are manifesting you are responsible for that. You are responsible for that. And we say what? भगवान ऊपर बैठा है वो हमको punish करेंगे या reward करेंगे. It is very, very important for us to understand this for this reason, because it is a belief system that we are constantly doing our physical and mental emotions. सारे पूरा 24/7 चल रहा है. Physical karma is also going, mental also emotion चल रहा है. But we do not take the responsibility. ਅਸੀਂ ਜੋ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ physically और वो physical ਕਰਨ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਉਸ ਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਇਫੈਕਟ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਹੈ ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਫਿਜ਼ੀਕਲੀ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਆ ਉਸ ਦਾ ਵੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਰਿਸਪੌਂਸਿਬਲ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ. ਜੋ ਉਸ ਦਾ ਇਫੈਕਟ ਹੈਗਾ ਜੋ ਉਹਦੀ ਮੈਨੀਫੈਸਟੇਸ਼ਨ ਹੈਗੀ ਉਸ ਦਾ ਵੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਰਿਸਪੌਂਸਿਬਲ ਹੈਗੇ. We are responsible for both the things, but we do not take the responsibility. ਅਸੀਂ responsibility ਨਹੀਂ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਆ. Why we don't take the responsibility? Because we are always in the blame game. We are always in the blame game. अगर किसी ने कुछ गलत बोल ਦਿੱਤਾ कोई गलत हो गया तो ਅਸੀਂ ਉਸ ਨੂੰ responsible ਕਰ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਹੈਗੇ. But that is a manifestation of what I am. We do not take the responsibility. Because what you sow, so shall you reap. मैं sow ਕੀਤਾ है, reap तो करना ही पड़ेगा. This is the law of attraction. We are attracting it. This is a manifestation. Manifestation are the things that we can see. जो ਅਸੀਂ देख सकते हैं. What fruits we are seeing, whatever the fruits we are the universe, whatever you are seeing, good is our manifestation, means that we are responsible for it, but we don't take the responsibility. और ਜਿਹੜਾ ਵੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਐਕਸ਼ਨ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ that also we are responsible. ਅਸੀਂ ਦੋਨੋਂ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਵਾਸਤੇ responsible ਹੈ. ਇਹ ਪੱਲੇ ਬੰਨ ਲਓ अगर आज मैं गलत कर रही हाँ, I am responsible because the back force is where my thoughts. वो thoughts किधर मेरे. So जिरे मैं physical action कर रही हूँ, I am responsible for it. मैं इसलिए किया है, I have to be angry now because the children and all लातों के बुत बातों से नहीं मानते. ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ responsible ਕਰਤਾ. ਅਸੀਂ ਹਰ ਗੱਲ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ responsible ਕਿਸੇ ਦੇ ਹੋਰ ਪਰ ਸੁੱਟ ਦਿੰਦੇ. I did this, why? Because that one did like this. He is responsible for it. As I am suffering, he is responsible for my sufferings and all. No, I am responsible for it because मेरी हर action comes from where? It comes from my thought process. और thought process किसदा है? वो मेरा हैगा. ਹੁਣ ਜਿਹੜਾ मैं action करांगी और ਜਿਹੜੇ मैं thoughts करांगी, ਉਹਦੀ manifestation भी होएगी. If I love, I will get love. If I hate, I will get hate. If I do good work, I will get good result. I will do bad thing, I will get bad result. So that bad and good results which I'm getting, who is responsible? I am responsible. जो भी मेरे नाल हो रहा है from the outside world, I am responsible. कोई आके मनु दुख देंदा है, I am responsible. It is I who have attracted all these things because I am a bundle of thoughts. So I am responsible for it. Don't put the responsibility of anything. Taking the responsibility is one of the biggest karma in which we are doing a very beautiful job of taking a responsibility. This is the positive energy. Taking responsibility. Because when you take a responsibility, you totally stop blaming anyone. You go under what? Non-judgmental, non-blaming. Until you don't take, if you take a responsibility, means blame games are finished. Judgments are finished. Total surrender it comes. Why? Because you have taken the responsibility. Concept is clear, you will take responsibility. So once again, I repeat that whatever action you take, you are responsible because the action force is what? Your thoughts. Whose thoughts? It's my thoughts. That is why I say, no, change your thoughts. You have the power to change. So that action you take is your responsibility. Now this action are going to manifest. They are going to attract. What I give, I get back. So what I'm getting back also is my responsibility. Because what I give, I get back. This is a law. So the blame game and judgment and everything is finished because I have taken the responsibility of each and every situations of my life. Now on the screen, I will be giving you one little thing which you just please, it will become very easier for you to understand. Now you see, these are the two actions. Actions you can see, you said action or karma. Action, or you call it karma. Now in this, we say it is the scene, karma or action. And here we call it the unseen. Karma or action. Okay. Now, what are the seen karma or action? Whatever you can see in the universe. कोई खा रहा है, कोई पी रहा है, कोई कीर्तन कर रहा है, कोई चोरी करे, कोई यारी कर रहा है. This is, you can see everything with the naked eye, and they're in two parts. They are good and they are bad. All this can be seen. Now these two are, who is doing it? It's the physical body that is doing it. This is the physical body. This physical body that is doing good and bad are the seen karmas. This A hai, atal hai ye atal hai. This cannot change. Why? Because the force is thoughts. Now, unseen is what? Your thoughts, emotions. This is also a karma. This is also an action. They also can be good and can be bad. Who does this? ਇਹ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ? ਇਹ ਮਨ ਦੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਹੈ. ਇਹ ਮਨ ਦੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਹੈ. Bundle of thoughts. And what is this? This is an energy. And this is something that can be changed. Changeable. Changeable. It is changeable. This is not changeable. Not changeable. Not changeable. It's not changeable. This is changeable. This is not changeable. ये अटल है. Now देख लो ਅਸੀਂ पूरी जिंदगी की करते आए हैं. ਅਸੀਂ इसी ਨੂੰ बदलने ਦੀ कोशिश ਕੀਤੀ है. ਉਹ बदल जाए, ए सिचुएशन बदल जाए, सस बदल जाए, रानी बदल जाए, पति बदल जाए, औरत बदल जाए, बच्चे बदल जाए, बच्चे बदल. This is what the whole life we have been doing. We have never tried to change this, but this is changeable. This is in your power. This is in your power. And this is the place where you create the 5 faculties. The 5 faculties where you can put a force to every action. If the force is all negative, the thoughts are all negative, then this is going to hit your actions. And if you have positive, your action will be positive. So we have been trying to change this. Do not try to do that. Cross it. Change this. Change your way of thinking, your perceptions. Just change it. When you will change it, you will see that totally you are going to go in the path of spirituality. You will go in the path of spirituality. Now, if you actually understand this part of your action, then I can say that, yes, you can now distinguish between that how powerful you are. Try to understand how powerful, I'm trying to drill how powerful you are, because you are a bundle of thoughts. And because you are a bundle of thoughts, you can change your thought process. You can change your emotions. By changing, you can create heaven inside you. And if you create heaven inside, you can create heaven outside. You do not change people outside, but automatically by changing yourself, you change the world. That is the power of it. So even thoughts are also your actions. And this is how we're trying to tell that actions are very, very important. Now, if we say to the next law, what is the law of action according to the Bhagavad Gita? What do they say? Action leads to result. Every action has a result. Every action has a result, and the fruit of the action, the one which we have the action, and what is the fruit? Every action has a fruit. No action can go without bearing fruit. Every action that you do will have a fruit. बड़ी बार बड़े बच्चे बड़े कह देते ना कि भाई जी आप 2 गलत काम किए ना तो 2 अच्छे काम कर दो तो माइनस 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 हो जाएगा. नो, 2 गलत काम किए तो उसके भी फ्रूट को आपको खाना पड़ेगा. जो अच्छे काम किए उसको भी खाना पड़ेगा. बोथ नेगेटिव एंड पॉजिटिव आपको 4 फल खाने पड़ेंगे. 2 गलत और 2 सही खाने पड़ेंगे. Every action bears a fruit. Let it be a small action, let it be a big action, but they will bear fruit. So every thought is going to have a fruit. Now, what is the law of action in Christianity? Christianity says, what you sow, so shall you reap. This is a very common power everyone uses in the universe. The whole universe is working on what you sow, so shall you reap. Today, whatever the universe we are seeing is because we have not created a beautiful universe inside. It is all our creation. It is all what we have created. It is our creation. So what we were sowing, we are now reaping. Today जो भी दुख हमारे पास आ रहा है is because हमने कौन से बीज बोए हैं? All the negative seeds. और बड़ी बार हम क्या कहते हैं? बीजे बिख मंगे अमृत. एक ऐसा नियम is not possible. You think that you will sow bad seeds and you will get good fruits? No, not possible. That's the ultimate law, that what you sow, so shall. So whatever comes to us, whatever is coming in life, good or bad, is all our. Don't put a blame game. Don't pass judgments. And what does the Guru Granth Sahib says? The law of action. It says, "Jo main kiya, so main paya." Dadda dosh na deo kisi. Take the responsibility. Don't blame. Dadda dosh na deo kisi. Dosh karma apniya. Jo main kiya, so main. What is the line? Dadda dosh na deo kisi dosh karma apniya. Jo main kiya, so main paya. Dosh na see, it's a one bull, and they're all talking the same age. All are talking the same thing. Even the Bhagavad Gita, the Guru Granth Sahib, the Bible, the Quran are all speaking the same thing. What you sow, so shall you reap. So be very, very careful of your thought process. Thought be good, the world will be good. The thoughts are bad, you will be bad, the world will be bad. You will be sick and living like a rotten vegetable. So what will be now? The next will be the takeaway. Every action has a motivation. Every action has a motivation. What action you are going to take? Definitely there is a motivation. Be aware. Today, whatever work you are doing, whatever action you're doing, maybe a small thing. बेशक 10 किसी बुजुर्ग के कोल बैठ रहे हो या अपने बच्चे कोल बैठ रहे हो, you're sitting with your wife or with your husband, you're sitting with your friend, or you're just sitting with your staff. Just be aware. Check your unseen acts. Check your thoughts. And just keep on thinking. Your perceptions have to change. Your thought process has to change. Because you know that your thoughts are going to be flawless, your actions will be flawless, and you will attract beautiful fruits in life. तो आज तो काम शुरू कर दो, अपने thoughts के ऊपर पूरा पहरादारी करो, because thoughts, the unseen actions, can create heaven or hell for you. Anji, you can now carry on with the questions. Any doubts? Anyone has any doubts, please you can, because this is something which we have always been doing. It's a very, very common topic, but we are just drilling and drilling and drilling. Anji.
What you perceive, you receive. Let's address our topic related questions today. This was rather a long session today, so we do have a time slot to adhere to. So any pending questions, we will definitely address them the next day too. Hanji Rajwanji.
हाँ जी, आवाज आ रही है मेरी?
हाँ जी, हाँ जी,
हाँ जी। भूआ जी, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ 5 ਫੈਕਲਟੀਜ਼ ਦੱਸੇ,
हाँ जी,
ਉਹਦੀ ਆਈਡੀਓਲੋਜੀ ਵੀ ਸਹੀ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਨਾ. if you are not sincere, I have faith, I have all those qualities, but if I am not sincere in my work, if I am not sincere and if I am corrupt, तो फिर वो नहीं चलेगा ना.
नहीं चलेगा, नहीं चलेगा, हाँ नहीं चलेगा, absolutely.
हाँ, दूसरा ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਰਮਾਂ ਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਸੀਗਾ ਵੀ ਕਰਮਾ ਹੈ ਤੇ performance of every man depends on heredity and environment, interaction environment. The environment should be there. Now heredity bolte DNA.
Okay.
I don't have those DNA which my gurus, all the gurus had. So does it mean that there is Shresh Prarabdha Karma?
See, I'll tell you something. These definitely in your DNA, in your genes, you are carrying certain traits. Yes, traits maybe of your 6 forefathers also you are carrying. DNAs, they say you carry from 6 generations you carry. Okay. Now, what have we been doing in our many classes? they have proved in science also. No, Gurbani te kendi rahi hai ki bhai you can change. ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਅਗਰ ਗੁਣਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਲੈ ਲਓ, ਅਗਰ ਰੱਬੀ ਗੁਣਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਲਓ and follow the law of nature, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇੱਕ ਦਿਨ ਇੱਕ ਮਿੱਥ ਹੋ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਇੱਕ ਮਿੱਥ ਹੋਣਾ ਮਤਲਬ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਹਦੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਗੁਣ ਆਪਣੇ ਮਨ ਦੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆ ਸਕਦੇ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਟਿਊਨ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਬਾਣੀ ਤੇ ਕਹਿ ਰਹੀ ਸੀ, ਪਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਸੀ ਹਾਊ ਕੈਨ ਇਟ ਬੀ, ਅਗਰ ਮੇਰੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਟ੍ਰੇਟ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗਾ, ਮੇਰੇ ਬਜ਼ੁਰਗਾਂ ਦਾ ਇਹ ਹੈਗਾ। ਫॉर एग्जांपल ਲਾਈਕ ਯੂ ਹੈਵ ਸਮ ਡਿਜ਼ੀਜ਼ ਲਾਈਕ ਡਾਇਬੀਟੀਜ਼, ਓਕੇ ਇਟ ਇਜ਼ ਇਨ ਮਾਈ ਡੀਐਨਏ, ਡਾਇਬੀਟੀਜ਼ ਇਨ ਮਾਈ ਡੀਐਨਏ, ਸੋ ਵਾਟ ਹੈਪਨ, ਕੀ ਕਰੀਏ, ਡੀਐਨਏ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੈਗਾ। ਹੁਣ ਤੇ ਮੇਰੀ ਮਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਸੀ, ਮੇਰੀ ਨਾ ਭੂਆ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਸੀ, ਔਰ ਮੇਰੇ ਨਾ ਦਾਦੇ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਸੀ, ਸੋ ਵਾਟ ਹੈਪਨ, ਹੁਣ ਤੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਹੈਗਾ, ਡੀਐਨਏ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੰਪਰੂਵ ਹੈਗਾ। ਸੋ ਵਾਟ ਹੈਪਨ, ਵੀ ਆਰ ਆਲਵੇਜ਼ ਲਿਵਿੰਗ ਲਾਈਕ ਅ ਵਿਕਟਮ। ਮੈਨੂੰ ਤੇ ਹੈ because ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸੀ ਨਸੀ ਮੇਰੇ ਡੀਐਨਏ ਵਿੱਚ, ਤੇ ਮੈਂ I am using it as an excuse and becoming a victim throughout life। ਮੇਰੇ ਤੇ ਗੁੱਸਾ ਬਹੁਤ, ਹਾਂ ਮੇਰਾ ਗੁੱਸਾ, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨਾ ਮੇਰੇ ਦਾਦੇ ਤੇ ਵੀ ਬੜਾ ਗੁੱਸਾ ਸੀ, ਬੜਾ ਗੁੱਸਾ ਸੀ। So I take it as an excuse ਕਿ ਮਨ ਮੇਰਾ ਤੇ ਗੁੱਸਾ ਬੜਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਵੇ, ਤੇ ਜਦੋਂ ਮੈਂ ਗੁੱਸਾ ਕਰਾਂ ਤੇ ਕਹਾਂਗੇ ਜੀ she's getting a trait from the grandfather and I'm living like a victim and throughout life। But in our classes already we have done the bridging from spirituality to science। ਅਸੀਂ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੇ ਇੱਕ already ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀ that we have quantum physics where we can change our DNAs। if we believe and we say that yes it is in our genes but we can change। ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਤੇ ਕਹਿ ਰਹੀ ਸੀ ਪਰ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਸਮਝ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀ, ਅਸੀਂ ਤਾਂ ਉਸੇ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਨਾਲ ਜੀਂਦੇ। ਹੁਣ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਆਇਆ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਦੂਸਰੀ ਭਾਸ਼ਾ ਦਾ ਜਲਦੀ ਸਮਝ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਹੈ। ਹੁਣ ਕੁਆਂਟਮ ਫਿਜ਼ਿਕਸ ਕਹਿ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਯੂ ਕੈਨ ਚੇਂਜ, ਉਹ ਕੁਆਂਟਮ ਫਿਜ਼ਿਕਸ ਦੈਟ ਵੀ ਕੈਨ ਡੂ। ਸਾਡੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਨੇ ਬੋਲ ਬੋਲ ਕੇ ਥੱਕ ਗਏ, ਅਸੀਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੁਣਿਆ, ਅਸੀਂ ਕੁਆਂਟਮ ਫਿਜ਼ਿਕਸ, ਕੁਆਂਟਮ ਫਿਜ਼ਿਕਸ ਸੇਜ਼ ਯੂ ਕੈਨ ਚੇਂਜ your DNAs and your genes, you can change all your emotions and all your thought, you can change only that thing you cannot change, that is a physical, just if I'm looking like my mother, that is something which I cannot change, but you can change all your emotions, your thought process, your diseases, you can change, you have the power and you are a warrior। how do we change? They say that you can change with the power of the thoughts। और thoughts कितने हैं मेरे यार, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਵੀ create thought करेंगे मैं ही create ਕੀਤੇ, उसको भी transmute करना वो भी मेरे हाथ में है। So I become now a warrior and I can change, I can change। that is by 5 faculty with Casey, wisdom, last was that you must have that knowledge, that wisdom, not only concentration and focus and effort and mindfulness or you having the faith, you must have that wisdom। आज साढ़े कोल ये knowledge है quantum physics दा, that is why we are becoming so strong and so oh yes we can change all our genes। ਅਸੀਂ ਬਿਮਾਰੀ ਰੋਗਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਮੁਕਤ ਹੋ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ even if you are carrying in our genes and all। ਅਸੀਂ ਬੋਲ ਬੋਲ ਕੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ subconscious mind ਨੂੰ drill ਕਰ ਦਿੱਤਾ। ਕੀ drill ਕੀਤਾ? I ਮੇਰੇ ਬਜ਼ੁਰਗਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸੀ ਤੇ ਮਨ ਵੀ ਹੈ, ਬਜ਼ੁਰਗਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਸੀ ਮਨ ਵੀ ਹੈ, we are living like a victim। now we have got that knowledge, the 5 faculty, the knowledge we got that we can change, we have the power, we are the creator and we are the destroyers। I can destroy those all those genes of mine and create a beautiful thing of what? A positive, because the power of the thought, and thoughts kidde mere hain। so even if that is not
science
in you,
is also Boji,
Anji,
Anji, but science is also becoming corrupt। Anji, उनसे सिर्फ क्लोनिंग हो रहा है, ऐसा की इफेक्ट होगा, will law of nature,
why go into
law
the
of
negative?
nature उन्हें प्रिवेंट करेगा क्या?
Why don't we take the positive part of it? Today quantum physics is a hot thing all over the universe, people are doing। now cloning is a negative part where they are doing and they are going to harm, we are taking the positive। ਤੁਸੀਂ positive ਲਵੋ ਨਾ। quantum physics at present is a hot cake in the market, people are using it, use that, forget the cloning। now if you are living that मेरे अंदर बार ही नहीं है, I don't have the same quality,
कितना तब
so you have to now देखो cloning science भी कर रही है, science कर रही है ना cloning है। and what is spirituality says that you can do cloning, you are doing cloning, you are doing, when you are using this with the power of a thoughts, you are doing cloning। when we were in the sessions, sitting in the sessions, There were doctors who said that we do cloning in our all labs and all. We are doing the research cloning. Our grandmaster said, what? We sit here, we will do the cloning here only. With what? With the power of our thoughts. But when we're doing it, the power of our thoughts, we are doing it in a very positive way.
But physical cloning is being done, and that will harm the.
That will harm.
Society,
so why should we discuss about the harming thing? Talk about your own thoughts, which we want to clone and which we want to change our genes and our DNA so that we can become good human beings. We can tune ourselves. We are the spiritual beings on earth on a human journey. Our thing is what journey? Back to spiritual beings. So please. Hanji. Hanji, Kiran. I'll do it tomorrow. Let me give everyone a chance. I'll do tomorrow. Hanji,
okay, thank you.
Let's give everyone a chance. Hanji, bachcha.
Hanji, thank you.
Hanji.
Unmute karo ji, Kiran ji.
Hanji, Hanji, Pua ji, excellent. Thank you so much. बहुत ही अच्छा सी. Pua ji, ਜਿਹੜੇ 5 points ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦਿੱਤੇ. So ਉਹਦੇ concentration 100% ਚਾਹੀਦੀ. So ਜਦੋਂ ਮੈਂ ਇੱਕ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਦੀ ਹਾਂ, ਠੀਕ ਹੈ, ਉਹਦੇ ਚ ਮੈਂ 100% ਆ. But if I do multitasking, so ਉੱਥੇ 100% आ सकता है क्योंकि इरिटेशन आनी तो शुरू हो जाती है. वी नॉट एबल टू हैंडल एंड आई थिंक किथे ना किथे 100% ते नहीं जाता ना उथे.
नहीं जाता ना, नहीं जाता. फिर जो तू 100% नहीं जाता फिर उसका रिजल्ट भी 100% नहीं आएगा बच्चा. ऐसा तुसी देखना पड़ेगा. फॉर एग्जांपल मैं रोटी बना रही हूं, आई एम स्टैंडिंग, मैं 2 सब्जियां भी रख रही हूं ना, मैं फुल्का भी रख रही हूं. दे आर ऑन द सेम लेवल. They are on the same level. We can the woman is a multitask. तो चूल्हे के ऊपर 4 चीजें बढ़ा लेंदी है, but they're all on the same field, in the same thing. मसाले भी सब कुछ पाना है, वे टेस्ट भी नाल देखना है, चाले चूल्हे इकट्ठे चलते. This is also multitask, but it is making of food. But at the same time, I want to do something else. For example, मैं रोटी भी बना रही हूँ, and I put something and I want to layer to something. I'm listening to some spiritual classes also. Now मेरा draw इत्थे भी हैगा ते इत्थे भी हैगा. भाई मैं रोटी भी देनी है, मैं ये भी करना है. I want to live. So our thing is diverted. 101% you will not give 100% to both. You will not give. That is why we say, see what is your priority in life. Do time management. Take out your schedules. You know, there's a where there is a will, there is where there is a will, there is a way. Wherever there is a will, there is a way. अगर मेरा एक will है कि मैं रोटी बनानी है कि मैं यही करना है, I will schedule out that way. अगर मनु हैगा कि मैं अपनी spiritual classes करनी है, then I will get everything done in such a way that that classes no one can disturb me. मैं रोटी पहले बना के सबको तैयार चुका, because that is, you have to find a way where you can give your 100% to everything. 50% दोगे 50% मिलेगा, 80 दोगे 80 मिलेगा. बड़ी बार लोग कहते हैं जैसे सुनते ना, असि 2 लाइना भूल गए, सानू ना वो असि सुनी नहीं, असि बिजी थे हो गया. Yes, repetition तो फिर करना पड़ेगा ना.
Yes, coach. Thank you so much, Pachi.
हाँ जी.
हाँ जी, रितु जी, unmute yourself जी.
तुसी कर दो. अच्छा, thank you. So, जी मेरा सी कि पोजनी से बोले कि we manifest thought and we work on it, it works. So अगर सी manifestation अपने family दे बच्चे वास्ते और किसी वास्ते करने, it works. Like if we manifest and do prayers, it's simply prayers.
See, no. What happens कि अगर बच्चे ने जैसे काम करना है or they have to get some job or something or any XYZ, ਉਹ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਦਾ ਕਰਮਾਸ ਹੈਗੇ, ਉਹ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੇ ਮੈਨੀਫੈਸਟ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਵੇ. ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਖਾਲੀ ਇੱਧਰ ਤੱਕ ਹੀ ਹੋ ਸਕਦਾ ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕੋਈ ਖੁਸ਼ੀ ਦੇਵੇ, that concerns you, not on a physical thing. Yes, not on that.
Like their health, their physical health, or like some chaos in the family, kuch.
Yes, that will what happen. Yes, you can see how. For example, the child's health is there. Okay. Usually ਜਦੋਂ health ਹੁੰਦਾ, we have to understand this ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਹੁਣ action ਕਿੰਜ ਲੈਣਾ ਹੈ. Action ਅਸੀਂ usually ਕੀ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਬੱਚਾ ਜਦੋਂ ਤਬੀਅਤ ਠੀਕ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦੀ, ਅਸੀਂ ਹੈਂਕੀ ਪੈਂਕੀ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੇ, ਅਸੀਂ ਲੋਕ ਅੱਗੇ ਪਿੱਛੇ ਨਜ਼ਰ, we become very chaotic, ਅਸੀਂ ਲੋਕ ਫੋਨਾਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਅਸੀਂ disturb ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਹਾਂ. That's how we become. Now we know ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਹੁਣ ਕੀ action ਲੈਣਾ ਹੈ. Our action is to be what are that 5 faculties. Faculty के first the wisdom, knowledge. Knowledge ये कहती है कि I can help my child when he's not well by being very stable in myself. Why? We are always oozing out energy and everyone sucks in the energy. The child is close to you, the child is going to suck in what is your energy. If I am disturbed, if I'm unstable, if I am worried about the child, so what energy I'm giving the child the same energy. Oh, bachcha bimar hai, bachcha aur bimar ho jayega. So my wisdom says, no, I have to be stable. I have to give the medicine to the child, and definitely the child will be absolutely fine. The doctors are doing the best and giving in the medicine. I don't have to get disturbed because my energy is chali jayegi. So this is the wisdom. Second thing, you have to have the faith in this knowledge. ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੇ ਉੱਪਰ ਭਰੋਸਾ ਹੋਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਹੈ ਨਹੀਂ ਤਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਸੋਚਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਜਿੰਨਾ ਅਸੀਂ ਡਿਸਟਰਬ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਨਾ ਸ਼ੋ ਦੈਟ ਹਾਊ ਮਚ ਆਮ ਵਰੀਡ ਫॉर द ਚਾਈਲਡ ਅਗਰ ਮਦਰ ਕਹੇ ਨਾ ਆਮ ਐਬਸੋਲੂਟਲੀ ਫਾਈਨ ਸਭ ਠੀਕ ਠਾਕ ਹੋ ਜਾਏਗਾ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਹਾਏ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਹੈ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਪਰਵਾਹ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਬੱਚੇ ਦਾ ਬੱਚਾ ਬਿਮਾਰ ਹੈਗਾ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਅਸੀਂ ਤੇ ਇਤਨੇ ਡਿਸਟਰਬ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਬਿਕੋਜ਼ ਦੇ ਥਿੰਕ ਬੀਇੰਗ ਡਿਸਟਰਬ ਇਜ਼ ਸਮਥਿੰਗ ਨਾਰਮਲ but when we are disturbed actually we are harming the child because that is what the knowledge says. And when the knowledge says, and then we have that faith in the knowledge. Yes, I have faith. I know what I'm doing. Then I'm very concentrating. I don't become haywire. I am concentrating. I'm very focused. कि बच्चे ने दवाई देनी है, बच्चे ना positive ना गल करनी है, कि बच्चे ने कहा absolutely fine. बच्चे तू भी बोल absolutely fine. These are the techniques that we use.
Okay.
That you also helping the child, and you are helping the because when the child sees you there now. Then the child also gets boosted up. This is how you can help the child.
Right. Thank you. Sometimes your relationships get some unseen chaos. It's not unseen, but it is just not right also, but it has come in. तो उसको clear करने के लिए because ये बंदे नहीं समझ रहे.
Yes, see.
They're seeing in one way, but I think that this is not right.
Yes.
So how can it be sorted out, cleared, or something like?
So if you see some family chaos is going on, again use the 5 faculties. Use those 5 spiritual faculties. What is it? First, have faith. What wisdom I'm taking, I have to have faith in myself, and I know I can do it. I will do it. How? Knowledge. What does the knowledge say? The knowledge says that there is chaos. There is a chaos. अगर मेरी energy खराब हो गई तो already a chaos पे है ये और chaos हो जाएगा. Why? We are sucking each other's energy. Already 4 days we have been doing that. Now I have to make my energy absolutely stable. How? कि I know कि गलती उसकी है, but then I put dialogues to myself. The knowledge says कि it is okay. वो जो कह रहे हैं शायद वो सही हो मेरे वास्ते गलत होएगा. जो मैं सही है कह रही हूँ शायद उसके वास्ते गलत है because everyone has their own way of thinking. And whatever is happening because of the force of the thoughts. Whatever action is taking place because of the force of their thoughts. It is their thoughts. Third thing, knowledge says that whatever is coming, that stimulus, that family chaos is a stimulus for you. And that stimulus is going to definitely, you are going to react. You are going to react. You become disturbed. Now, when you react, now you're going to take an action. You're going to take a response. You said, okay, stop. जो हो रहा है सही हो रहा है. Why? It is manifestation of my own thoughts. Story starts for me. You thought taking the responsibility and you said it's okay. Maybe that is right for him and wrong for me. What's right for me is wrong for me. When you start putting this dialogue with the faith of the knowledge and you're concentrating and focus, you will see that chaos will stop.
Okay.
When there is chaos here, there will be chaos there. It's not that there's chaos there and there will be chaos here. No. Chaos is here. That is why there is chaos.
Okay.
ਹੁਣ ਪੁੱਠਾ ਕਾਣੀ ਚਲੋ ਅਸੀਂ ਤਬਲੇ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨਾ ਹਾਈ ਇਤਨਾ ਕੁਝ ਬਾਹਰ ਹੱਲਾ ਗੁੱਲਾ ਸੀ ਮੇਰਾ ਨਾ ਬੜਾ ਮਨ ਖਰਾਬ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਅੱਜ ਮੇਰੇ ਦਿਮਾਗ ਵੀ ਖਰਾਬ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਦਿਮਾਗ ਖਰਾਬ ਨਹੀਂ ਤੇਰਾ ਦਿਮਾਗ ਖਰਾਬ ਸੀ ਤੇ ਬਾਹਰ ਇਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਤੇ chaos ਹੋਇਆ ਸੋ ਇਹ chaos ਤੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਠੀਕ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ ਬਾਹਰ ਦਾ chaos ਨਹੀਂ ਠੀਕ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ you have the responsibility only what's happening inside you. That was a choice that Guru had given you. So change that. How do you change? You have the knowledge and have faith on the knowledge by putting dialogues to yourself. Right. It's okay. It's fine. They may be right in their own way. maybe it is not right for me. Everyone has their own way of thinking. आजकल तो सी बच्चे लोग कहते हैं ठीक है बच्चे, you are right, आजकल का जमाना है, you are right, maybe not right for me, but what is right for me maybe not for you, because ऐसी पुराने time थे, because that is our perception. So what happens that we cool down. It's okay, you are so right and we are right. No one is wrong and right. You are right in your place, I'm right in my own place. You will see your chaos will go down. This will go down automatically, bar the chaos will ठीक हो जाए. The chaos starts from here. करके देख लो.
Thank you.
हाँ जी.
We need to take charge of our own life. It's 100% my life, my responsibility. I have to work on it for myself, by myself. On this note, we thank you all and take your leave. We shall connect again tomorrow at 5:30 a.m. IST. Have a holistic day.
वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा, वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह. Bless you all.